Well, Josh, look, we've made it to your home ground, the Madejski Stadium. You're coming off the back of a season where you've won Reading's Player of the Year. On a personal note, that must feel great.
Yeah, no, it was a huge, big honour for me. It was nice, obviously, to get the fan support. There was right behind us the whole season. So, yeah, for my first season to win that, it's a proud moment for me.
Yeah, it must be up there. And I know last time we spoke, promotions was still in sight. It was still the target for your team and the group of players at this club. How do you bounce back from not quite getting to the place you wanted to get to last season?
I think the important thing first is the rest. Everyone needs to sort of rest, chill out, not forget, but take your mind away from everything and be ready to just go again. Like, we've got to hit it hard from day one of pre-season really, and hopefully we sign a few new players, add to the squad to make us better.
Well, Josh, you're sat somewhere you probably haven't sat too much this season.
No, I haven't. I'm happy about that as well.
Take it for sure. But is there a moment this season that stands out for you as a highlight playing for this club?
Yeah, there's been a few good games along the way where it's like the real grinding with each other. Blackburn away early on in the season, that was a good away performance. Bournemouth at home meant a lot to us as a team for a lot of different reasons. Yeah, there's probably Bournemouth at home was probably my favourite game.
Big game against a big club.
Big game against a big club. The way we lost to them the first time round, we were 2-0 at half time and ended up losing 4-2. A little bit going on the pitch between players.
You like that though, especially when there's no supporters. You need to get a bit of fight.
I love it personally. Like, I love when someone an opposite team tries a little bit with me, then I get up for even more and start tearing around the pitch.
Well, Josh, thanks for bringing me to the stadium, Madejski Stadium, your home ground. We've spoken a bit about how the season's gone for you. Obviously, a massive moment winning Player of the Season, but I think it's time. I need to be your tour guide and show you some of the good spots in this town. Should we go have a look?
Let's go, I'm looking forward to it.
So Josh, look, we're leaving the stadium. I couldn't have you in my hometown without going to show you a few things that are special to me, special to the town. So let's take a little drive and I'll show you a few spots.
Yeah, I'm expecting big things from this.
Well, I see you sometimes on your stories. I know your music tastes good. When you're in the car to training, what's your go-to? Or match day, you've got a big game coming up, you're driving to meet the boys. Are you a calm guy, nice to keep it chill? Or are you straight hype man, energy crew?
Do you know what? In the car, I'm a straight energy.
Yeah.
I'm normally in the car a lot with a player called Andy Yeardom. We live next to each other.
That's the car school, yeah?
Yeah, that's the car school, me and Andy Yeardom, and a lot of Gunner and Young Thug gets brought out. And
they're the guys for you?
Yeah, and I'm there jumping around.
So are you more American music than the UK music?
Yeah, I am, as much as it pains me to say it.
So we're just about to make it to the town centre. You mentioned in the stadium how good it's been to have the support from the fans. How do you find it when you're interacting with them and sort of talking to them about football when you're walking around town?
It's nice because normally when you go to the games and match day, you get a lot of the fans outside talk to you after the games, but we haven't had to have that this year. So a few times where I have been sort of walking around the Oracle, or you get a fan that gets to pull you and show to support, and a lot of love. Yeah, it has been nice. So yeah, on a whole, I've probably missed more than what you would have normally in the season. But yeah, it has been nice.
And obviously it was a successful season. Didn't quite achieve what you wanted. But one thing about Reading fans is they are loyal. They've been there when the club have been in the Premier League, been there when the club have been in the Championship, and they love nothing more than getting behind a promotion, chasing team. You must be hoping for more of that next season.
I mean, obviously, I said before, it would have been nice to have the fans there this season to give us an extra push. So next year to share sort of what we did, winning a lot of games, more games than sort of losing or drawing is nice to share the fans. Hopefully next season, maybe it was written in the stars to go next
fans
season with all the fans.
Yeah,
maybe it was written in the stars. This year was just to get us ready for it.
Now Josh, I know I touched on it in the car, but growing up in Reading, I hadn't really seen many places where black history was celebrated and you could see all the pioneers and role models from our culture. How does it feel seeing all these leaders and so many inspirational faces?
You know, it's quite like, I'm amazed and quite set back by it. It's quite emotional. I've never seen anything like this before.
Yeah.
There's nothing sort of in London that, you know, it has this. So to know that it's in the town of Reading, we've got something like this.
And during the Black Lives Matter protest marches, obviously this is where the march finished and started, and football's got a long way to go. We were just saying in the car, we've never had a black coach or very few black coaches. Yeah. How do you think football has been tackling the issue of racism, because it's been so prevalent this season?
I think there's still a lot to be done.
Yeah.
A lot to be done. And I think like we're starting to send a message like with the knee and you know, like Black Lives Matter campaign and what they've done with the shirts and things like that. We haven't had a chance, you know, or in my playing career anyway, where you've had to sort of make a stance in football to do something. But as I said, there's still a long way to go with the leagues that they've got to do to clamp down on it.
Well, Josh, I'm glad I've got to bring you to a place that means so much to the black community and hear about your role models. But we're at a point where all the hard work of these people, we're still seeing too much racism, both in football and society. It's been so much on social media this year. How's that made you feel as a player who probably has colleagues who have gone through that?
Yeah, some players have stayed quiet about it, so, but we've had others who have come out and said something, and not much has been done, so it's been hard, you know, like seeing it happen to your teammates and seeing it happen sort of every week, every other week to other players that you've heard about. I do think something needs to be done to clamp down on it and stop it from happening, because it's too easy right now just to say something to players that a lot of, you know, people have gone through a lot of hardship to try and change the world, and not yet quite happened.
No, completely. We're at a point where change does have to happen. It really means a lot to bring you here. Should we get on to the next location?
Yeah, let's do it.
Right, Josh, the last place had to take you to the most iconic statue and park in Reading. It's Forbury Gardens. You must recognise the lion from somewhere.
Of course I do. I see it on my left chest every Saturday.
Had a few kisses at all this season, has
Nah,
it?
not yet. Not yet. Maybe next year.
Well, look, we've got to know Josh Laurent, the player of the year at Reading this year. But what do you like to do in the off-season? Obviously, just about to have a few months off.
Hopefully get to go away, go on holiday with my little one, get to see some sun, some sand, play around, and just like being in the company of my friends, really. Obviously, I'm a big foodie, like going out for food with my friends.
You've got a few new spots now as well.
Yeah, I'm going to take them around Reading and tell my mate Liam.
Yeah, so we go out on some suggestions. Well, look, I had to bring you to a few famous places. Great to show you some of the cultural parts of Reading, and now just a famous and iconic place that you can just come, bring your daughter, chill out. Hopefully, I promise, on a sunny day it looks a lot nicer, but it's definitely a place you can come and feel part of a town that's going to get behind you on a Saturday.
Thank you, man. Thank you very much.
I appreciate it.